Hey everybody, this is Blue, and I want to talk about dice. Been seeing a lot of videos on YouTube. Some of them were kind of making me kind of concerned about this topic. We have people in the community that like to flex what they got, and I don't like flexers, to be honest. But before I go on, I should say two things. Number one is you do you. There is really no wrong way to do the hobby if you're happy. The whole purpose of the hobby is for us to relax, unwind, blow off some steam, de-stress and all that. And so if you want a few extra sets of dice and that would make you happy, go for it. Okay? Number two, I am a minimalist, which means that I buy what I need and then that's it. I am able to look at these people that want to open these massive amounts of dice and just go, what the heck is wrong with you? Can you even use all those dice? Okay? So with those said, let's continue on. What started me to make this video was I watched a video 2 nights ago in which this person was opening up a 30-pound box of dice, loose dice. This was a staged video because he said it was a Chessex box of dice, and they are very good at wrapping up everything. And this box did not have all those dice in one big bag. They were loose. Chessex would never do this because if that box ever got a hole on its way to the customer, they would lose all those dice, and thus they would have a very unhappy customer. One bag was still intact, I think, to show off the label. But it was staged. He opened up in my opinion, he opened up all the bags except for one, poured them into the bottom of the box, taped up the bottom, and then rolled the video. So when he opened up the top, it looked like it was a brand new box. He was flexing. And I think that sends the wrong message to a lot of people. We hope to gain new players, right? And so there are a lot of young people that are inexperienced in the hobby that don't know what they need. And so if you see all these videos of people opening up their pound of dice here, pound of dice there, they're going to get the misconception that they need all these dice. And they don't. Now, how do you determine when do you have enough? And that is, how many people are you going to be having over for your games? Myself, I am going to have my usual 5 to 6 people. And so I should have at least 10 sets of dice. And let me explain that. You need to have sets of dice for each of your regular players. But every once in a while, they bring friends. And so you should always have 2 extra sets so in case friends come over. Then your GM, yourself, you need dice, okay? I usually have 3 sets of dice when I am GMing because I have a little stand right next to me with a towel on it. There are dice that my fellow players see. When I do rolls, there are a few rolls that I do in front of them and they can see it. But if they were to do something odd, stupid, or just I needed to, check to see when the big bad thing was coming around, I'd have my little dice rolled on the towel, and as I'm talking, I'd do a little glance over and go, 47, it's time. And then I could send out an encounter. So I need to have 10 sets of dice so that I can make everything work out good. Now I play Rollmaster, and Rollmaster is a percentage system, which means that I need to have 2d10s right here. And I have 34 d10s. So I have enough D10s to take care of everybody. Do I have other dice? Yes, I do. Because I have played many game systems over the years. Now, this is my entire dice collection. And I have more dice than I'll ever use. I got my D4s, D8s, D6s, and all of that. But do I have specialty dice? Yes, I do. And after buying them, I'm happy with the purchase, but I decided to do something different. I hate the concept of having to grab in certain dice, look for certain dice for this, that, and everything. And I play Rolemaster, aka Chartmaster. And so I've decided to save on money to just create charts for everything. Because I can take dice, roll them, and my 2d10s, and I can get a result there. Specialty dice. I do have one D30 because, well, it was part of a bigger set. 1993, I bought the golf ball. The golf ball. It's a D100. It is the size and shape, basically, of a golf ball. And I wanted to have it because it was there. It was interesting to me. I hate it. This is an early D100. It is four parts to it. It has a weight inside, a thin plastic ball with the numbers printed on it, and then a two-piece clear plastic shell. It sucks because that clear plastic shell has a lot of glare, as you can see on that sucker. So sometimes it's just hard as heck to read. So I don't use it. And I bought the bigger golf ball with this black background and the green print on it, and this is one piece. This is so much easier to read and roll. I just love it. Do you remember the game Whoops. Because I try to be flexible, I bought blank dice. Come on. Blank dice. I have 10 white D10s. And so that if I need a customized dice, I can easily grab them and do whatever I need to. Because of my stance, I have this one right here. As you can tell, top half is blue, the bottom half is white. So it's my 50-50 dice. You know, some people flip a coin. I have the thing with dice. I made the right dice. Back a decade or two, the game Scattergories was very, very popular. I believe it still is around. And it is a letter game where you roll dice, and whatever letter it is, you got to come up with a list to a certain theme, but it must begin with that letter. I got the dice. Yes, it's basically a D20 with letters on it instead of numbers. And so this is part of my fantasy name generating system, one of two that I have. I would take this and a D10, roll them, and I would see what I have to work with. So the letter was a C, and then the D10 rolled a 6. So I'm going to roll the dice 5 more times, so I have a total of 6, and that fantasy name is going to begin with the letter C. The D30 I also use for fantasy name generation. I have a chart. Like I said, good old Rolemaster, aka Chartmaster, with the letters from the alphabet plus things like a space or a hyphen or I forget what they call it, an accent mark. And so that I can roll the dice so many times, and then that's what my name is. Sometimes it can be cool and I can make an adjustment here or there, but it's a great way to come up with fantasy names. So a D30 is a good thing to have. Now, like I said, I like to have about 5 or 6 people in my gaming group. And so the other thing that I bought were damage dice. Right, you can't see it that well. Let me put that in front of the camera. All right. So these have locations on the body on it. This is a D12, and so you got like 3 locations for torso, 2 for each leg, a headshot, a target shot, and then 1 for each of the arms. I give the sniper option for my characters. They can try to declare that they're going to be sniping with their longbow. Yeah, I do fantasy. And so they could do damage, but then they got to isolate the damage according to what their dice is. When they snipe, they have to declare, I'm going to go after this person's leg, so that they can't run. Fine, cool. Roll the dice, and we can say, hey, you actually got a leg, or you got an arm. Man, your aim sucks. Sometimes it adds a little humor and all that. But that is my dice collection. And really, you don't need to have all those many dice out there. You can have like the 5 to 7 sets of D&D type dice, where you got the D4, D8, D6, D10 and all that. Or you can have like the Rollmaster system where all you need is 2 D10s and they'll take care of everything. So anyway, it's something for you guys to think about. I think this was an important video to make because if you are new to the game and you are wanting to be just like everybody else and all that, you might spend a little bit too much money on the dice. And you could use that money for other things. You can maybe save a few bucks and buy a module or something else. And life is expensive nowadays. Instead of trying to get all those dice so that you could be just like everybody else, use it to pay a bill. Be practical. Okay? Don't let the game take away from your way of life. All right? So everybody, please take care. Be at peace.